Yay! We have made it to our last two chapters of The Secret School. So today we're going to read chapter 17. Thought I had my finger on it. This is 17. Okay, it says chapter 17. Before we start, let's review our characters. We have our main character, Ida. She is the teacher of the 8th grade class, and they have to take their 8th grade exams. Mr. Jordan ran a meeting for all of the kids' parents to keep the school open. Okay, he wanted to close the school, but everybody else voted that the kids would be able to continue going to school. So we have Felix, he goes to the school. That's Ida's brother. And then we also have Tom, who's Ida's friend. And another boy in the class is named Herbert. Okay, these are all of our friends. And they go to the secret school. All right, that is that. Let's hop into our story. Chapter 17. The students worked very hard the last 2 weeks of school. Sometimes Ida felt like there was not enough time for her to study for her own exam. She was responsible for each student passing and tried to help them all. The day before the exams, Ida had so many things on her mind she could hardly think. She asked Herbert if he would be there tomorrow because remember, Herbert doesn't like to show up to school. This is Herbert. He does not like school. Do you like school? I hope so. Ida asked Herbert if he was going to be at school to take the test. He winked but would not give her a definite answer. So he went, which meant, I don't know, maybe I'll show up, maybe I won't. He was playing with her, messing with her. It was not nice. Ida studied until late and woke at 4 o'clock the next morning. She was nervous, okay? She was kind of worried. She was scared. If every student did not pass, she would have been a failure, which isn't true, but that's how she felt. She and Felix drove the car through the heavy rain and off the road. Okay, so if they are driving in heavy rain, the rain is really wet. If they drove off of the road into the dirt turns to mud, slippery mud. Okay, so Ida and Felix were driving the car and they went off the road into the mud. Not safe for their car. Okay, say mud. That's when dirt gets wet. Tom and Mary came by and gave them a ride on the mule. Remember, they let the mule go into the school and they found him in the coat closet? Or they let him stay in the coat closet? It rains a lot there. Ida was nervous about the exams. Read that with me. Ida was nervous about the exams. Ida got everything ready for the tests before Miss Sedgwick arrived. The students began their tests, and the hours passed quickly. At the end of the day, Miss Sedgwick collected the test booklets. Each one would receive a letter in the mail about their results. As Ida left the school, she looked around the empty room and hoped she had done enough. Ida was nervous about the exams. Read that with me. Ida was nervous about the exams. So now let's answer our questions. Turn to chapter 17 in your booklet. First question. What did Ida and the students do the last 2 weeks of school? I'm going to make it out of 2. Did they play outside or study for their exams? Second question. What happened on the way to school? Out of 2. Ida slept too long and was late, or Ida drove off the muddy road. Remember, Felix and Ida were driving to school. Remember what happened? They drove off the road. All right, I'm going to continue on to chapter 18. You can stop this and go back to it tomorrow or whenever you get to it. But I'm going to continue because we still have time. Okay, so chapter 18. It was hard to wait for the test results. Ida and Felix would drive to the mailbox every day, hoping to get their letters. Have you ever gotten a mail or a letter in the mail? Or written a letter to somebody, drew a picture and put it in the mail? That's super fun. I love getting stuff in the mail. And writing to people is also fun. Maybe you could try that. Finally, they came. The first thing Ida saw was a certificate saying she had passed and was recommended for high school. She met her goal. That's what she wanted, was to pass the test so she could go to high school. All of her students had passed with the exception of Herbert. Poor Herbert did not pass the test. Miss Sedgwick invited Ida to stay with her in town next year, and it would not cost her parents anything. So next year, when she goes to high school, instead of living at home, she's going to live in town with Miss Sedgwick. Read with me. The secret school was a success. Success means they did a good job. A week later, they had the end of the year exercises. Parents came and students recited poems. That means they memorized poems. They read them aloud, sang songs, and read pieces of literature or books. They all brought food and enjoyed time together as a community. When Ida talked to Herbert, he told her he had decided when he was old enough, he would join the Navy. Okay, that's the Army. He was going to go to war. He decided that school was not for him, and he wanted to go into the Navy. Ida's parents were very proud of her. They were going to need her help around the farm this summer since she would be in high school in the fall. Remember, they live on a farm with all different animals. So Ida's going to help her family on the farm this summer before she moves to town to go to high school. Ida smiled. Read with me. The secret school was a success. Yay, she did a good job. Because she was the what? She became the teacher. She became the teacher. and she taught all of her other friends, and they were all able to take their tests, and she's able to go to high school. Super exciting. If you want to do something, you can do it if you put your mind to it. All right, let's answer our questions, and then we'll be done with the secret school. Chapter 18. How did Ida do on the test? Do you remember? Sorry, two of them are kind of the same. Okay, it says she failed or she passed and was recommended for high school. Then number 2, where was Ida going to live while she went to high school? Was she going to live with Miss Sedgwick in town? Or was she going to live in an apartment? All right, and that is all. One more question, actually. Who was going to be in the Navy, or who wanted to go into the Navy instead of going to high school? Was it Herbert or Tom? Which one decided, school's not for me? Herbert. Herbert wants to go into the Navy. All right, and that is all. Let me know if you have any questions.